Alrighty, today is Monday, July 3rd. Normally we do this on Sunday evenings, but I'm off work today, and last evening we was busy. We planted, I don't even know how many sunflowers down this road right on our property line. We planted 1 million of them, maybe 1.5 million. But hopefully they grow up to be big and tall. This soil here is pretty jacked. I don't know if nothing grows really good down here. But hopefully this will help. We're going to put another row out about where my foot is, in between each one. We started probably, I don't know how many. I think we have 3.5 more flats in there. We only used 2 here, so we got plenty to put down here, and we're going to probably put some down the other property line on the other side as well. But we'll take care of there. Actually, I want to bring you down here and show you this area down here. This area here, if you remember, is where we throwed all them seed bombs out, and we walked through here the other night, and there is actually stuff growing from them seed bombs. Some of that stuff did germinate. We've seen some peas and some sunflowers and all kind of other stuff starting to come up in some of them seed bombs. Now the grass is growing up so high you can't really tell. There's stuff right there's a squash of some kind growing. And there's some other stuff in there, but we noticed several spots throughout here that was coming up fairly well. We just put a bunch of stuff in this area just to do it. Just like I said, the soil down here ain't no good, so excuse me. If we get anything out of it, great. If we don't, it's not that big a deal. It really isn't that big a deal. Some of the stuff's not looking terrible though. The marigolds look whatever. Right here's a seed bomb that landed, and everything in it come up. Sunflower. There's some kind of probably kale of some sort. There's a tomato plant. That stuff there don't look bad, but a lot of stuff that we planted, iffy. But that's fine. If it grows, great. If it doesn't, there's another sunflower that come from that would have came out of one of the seed bombs. They do work.
Right there, it looks like a radish hidden down in the grass. Right there.
That's not a radish. Oh, right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some stuff came up, some didn't, but that's all right.
Just took a while.
Just took a while. There's a bunch right there coming up.
Oh, yep.
There's some yarrow coming up. That stuff grows wild around here.
It looks pretty cool down here.
It does. It does. I mean, you can see the green around here. Also, speaking of green, let's look here at the grass where the chickens were. So I think now we just got to watch where we walk at when we're down here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but up there where the chickens went across, the meat birds, where they came across everywhere I moved them, where they were a few weeks ago, just starting to green the grass up a fair bit. So
right on top.
Yeah, hopefully next year this field will be way better grass in this field. They definitely poop a lot, and I'll move their house twice a day, and that's the mess they make. But that's all good.
Fertilizer, man.
Exactly, fertilizer. Our fruit trees are doing so-so. Noticed our cherry tree last night. Well, I ain't gonna say when. I noticed it this morning that there was a deer eating some of the leaves off of a cherry tree, but that's part of it, I guess. These little meatballs, they're doing pretty good. I let them out. I force them to come out with their feed being outside, so they seem to be enjoying being outside most times. One of them got out earlier, so I put the charger back on the fence. Now they're act like they're scared to come out, but that's how they were last time I put the charger on. That's why I didn't have the charger on for a while.
Usually if we get inside, they come out.
Usually.
To investigate us.
Usually they do. I don't know if they will this time or not. But with the charger being hooked, well, I don't know. You gonna sleep your day away, or you gonna hang out outside any? Huh? You got shocked too many times and now you're scared or what? Need to move you before we leave. Yeah. You got a poop fest in there. Yeah.
They've had it rough.
Oh yeah, they have it so rough. But yeah, they're doing pretty well. They're just lazy. Them chickens are way lazier than egg layers. They just eat and lay around all day. There comes one
Here
of them
comes
fat
one.
fatties.
How much longer do they have?
We got August 4th. Today's so about a month. 32 days.
Here they come. Oh, there's the food.
32 more days. Freezer camp it is. Yeah. You're gonna taste pretty good. We were gonna butcher them ourselves, but we found a butcher that'll do it for $2 a bird. So we're gonna just take them and get them butchered. $2 a bird, or $2.25 if you want them pieced out. So we're gonna take them there on August 4th. On August 4th, we're gonna take them there and get them butchered. We're gonna watch them do it. So we were gonna do it. We have pretty much everything we need to do it. But good dang frog in my throat.
Did you turn it back on then?
No, probably let it off for now. Turn it on after I move them. As long as they don't get out again, they're fine. So here's our potatoes. They're doing all right. Last year at this time I already harvested them, but they were that tall. This year they're pretty low, but the weather's been pretty horrible this year. We went from being super dry and cold to really wet and still kind of chilly. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll get potatoes, but they're just slower than they were last year. That's all. Our stuff down here is doing pretty good since we put the wood chips in. It definitely seems like it came alive a little bit. Peach trees are doing good. Our comfrey is doing really good. Finally, hopefully it's soon. It's like there's birds and stuff eating at it, which that's all right. Hopefully it's soon flower so we can start harvesting some of it. But the trees are doing well. The Egyptian walking onions are starting to fall over. They're going to start going good again here hopefully soon. Asparagus, I'm not sure. This was purple. I think I planted 5 or 6 of those and 4 of them came up, so can't complain a whole lot. Squashes are doing all right in this bed. They're too small to have plant flowers on them, so
Snap the flower off.
Snap off the flowers. You can't eat them flowers. We never have, but you can. They claim they're good. Persimmon tree I thought was dead, but then a new shoot come up.
Yay.
So that's all good. That bed there where the ground cover is, we did a video on that, I thought. And then we finished the video up a week or 2 after we did the first part of it because we wanted to show the growth of it and how it was progressing. Some of us doing good, some of us not so much. And we wanted to show that, but when I went to edit the video I couldn't find the first couple clips from several weeks ago, so sorry you guys don't get to see it, but I tried. I thought I tried. I must have left them on the memory card and I deleted them off when I deleted off everything else, but I didn't think I did, but I must have, because they're not in the folder where that was at. Sorry, see a weed report. The garden down here's garden's not doing as good as I wished. But these here are for the most part doing pretty well. The squashes, the marigolds doing all right. There's a pokeweed down there. I need to get out of that. Them pokeweeds will take over the world if you let them. I pull out every one I find. That's what we always call them. I don't know what you all call them. Just looking to see if the thing's off. It is. The corn patch, it's disappointing to say the least. There's a lot of weeds in this bed. I've weeded in here I don't know how many times. Some corn's coming up. When I weeded it the other day, you could see it was pretty good coming up, but the weeds all come back from all the rain we've been getting. Hopefully we get enough corn for ourselves. We definitely won't have any to sell, I don't figure, this year, but we'll have corn for us. Hopefully. Sweet potatoes, we went through last evening and planted some. We probably put 15 or something more in. There was some that was eat up pretty bad, some that wasn't growing real well, so we put some more out. The pinto beans, I was in there the other night, there's slugs on them everywhere, so I need to replant them. And also too, on this bed here where the
Sweet
potatoes are, I'm going to go down each side and put 2 more rows of corn in this bed, so we at least get that corn, even if we don't get nothing out of the big bed. Some of the peppers in the middle, where you see all the marigolds, we planted those last evening. They were slugs and whatnot was eating them up too, so that's why we planted. There's still some there, but they're pretty bad shape, so that's why we put marigolds in its place. This bed here, we just got a mix match in it. We have some peppers, we have some sunflowers, we have some Mexican sunflowers, marigolds, we have some squash, we have a little bit of everything in this bed. Just whatever we wanted to plant, we planted it. The squashes, the winter squashes up here is doing pretty good, but yesterday afternoon I noticed a bunch of cucumber beetles. So we got some fly traps from Royal King, and I don't know if they're catching stuff, but I don't know if they're catching what we're wanting to. But I don't even know how many I picked off and smashed yesterday. 2 different times I went in there and did it. I probably killed 50 or 60 of them stupid things yesterday.
We even added a bird feeder.
Yeah, we added a bird feeder. Just so the birds would, yeah, so the birds would come down. Hopefully they'll eat them and see the bugs and eat the bugs. Hopefully.
See if it works.
Yeah.
Might have to put out fly traps.
Yeah, we'll do something. A couple years ago we had issues with them really bad, and we put out, at that time we found some cucumber beetle traps, and she looked this morning. We looked at Royal King yesterday and couldn't find none. She looked on Amazon this morning and couldn't find any, so I don't know if they quit making them or what. But
if anybody has any suggestions for actual cucumber beetles.
Hopefully, so far, knock on wood, I hadn't seen any vine borers, but the cucumber beetles are, I don't see them right now. I actually didn't see any, but
I see one flying, and that's it.
But yesterday there was, oh my goodness, everywhere. It was insane how many there was. The beets and the amaranth are still doing pretty good together.
The
amaranth's taking over. I'm about ready to get rid of some of that amaranth.
Yeah, maybe go through and.
There's actually some. Right there's a cucumber beetle right there.
Right on the amaranth.
It flew away as soon as I went to smash it.
They're even eating the amaranth leaves.
Yeah. They can eat the amaranth and let her squash alone.
Yeah.
And
it looks pretty, but.
It does. It does. The amaranth, it's getting out of control. I didn't realize it was going to get that tall. It still looks cool though. These peppers in this row here is doing really good. These are hot peppers, jalapenos, and I'm not sure what all. There's like 3 or 4 different varieties of hot peppers in this row here. They're doing pretty good. The other day, actually I need to do an update on that video too, on the tomato fertilizer video. I don't know if anybody's seen them before, but I'll put a link to the tomato videos below where I made fertilizer and used it on this. But the other day I put my twine up to trellis them with. There's some of them I've twisted, some of them I didn't, but they're definitely growing good. So.
Oh yeah, from what they look like.
I'll give them another good drink of fertilizer. I mixed another batch up the other night, and I'll give them another good drink this week sometime. But I'll leave links to the videos below on how to make the fertilizer and how to spray it. And I'll soon do an update on that, on how they did. Probably this week, one evening, I'll go through and do an update on how they did and spray them again. While I'm spraying them again, I'll do that.
Well, didn't you also use that same fertilizer for on the slugs that was on the peppers?
I did. I sprayed the peppers with them the other night. Last time I sprayed these, I sprayed the peppers.
It took the slugs away.
Yeah, the peppers are actually looking better too because of it. But I'll show you. I didn't video that, but I'll leave a link to those below. Here's our little meatballs. Actually, these are egg layers. They're all doing pretty good. Big old crow just laying in that oak tree over there. I don't know if it's kind of spooked him or not, but I just watched him laying there. Probably this week, one day, I'm going to put some nesting boxes in this John Siskovich tractor and another perch. There's the big crow right there. Sorry. I'm going to put another perch in there and put some nesting boxes in there. And I want to get the other chicken tractor out of there, and I just want to make them go to one coop instead of two. So but they get along pretty good together now. The small ones and the big ones, they don't even care about each other anymore. So they're all one big happy family. So I guess now we'll walk across the road and show you what's going on over there. So we're here at the small garden, the original garden per se. Onions actually are starting to do really good now that we're getting some rain. I need to weed up in here again. I ain't weeded in a while. I try to weed on Sundays, but I didn't weed yesterday. But that's all good. But she put in a bunch of onion sets in the middle where the bigger onions were supposed to be. The kale and Swiss chard's doing amazing.
That's never ending.
And the peas, they just won't stop. They're humongous. And these peas here is pretty good. I'm not going to break my fast with a pea, but they're delicious.
They are. But look how tall they are.
Oh yeah, I know, they're huge.
They love where they're at.
Yeah, they definitely do love where they're at. The beans actually came back from where the deer was eating them back a few weeks ago, and they're starting to get flowers on them. So probably about another 2 more weeks we'll be picking beans. The pole beans, I've never seen their flowers. Yesterday I went through, and I actually need to do that again. Went through and trained a bunch of them to get to the trellis, and I never noticed any flowers on them yet, but I don't know how big they got to get before they flower.
And they was 8 down too.
They was 8 down too, and they all come back. Yeah, they all look good.
You reseeded?
I reseeded one row in each bed of beans just because I didn't know what was going to happen with them. But I wouldn't have had to.
They're filling in.
Yeah. The carrot, beet, weed bed is doing pretty well. Got a nice sunflower in the middle growing. The lettuce, it's pretty much done. The spring mix that we started by seed, I'll let that in for a little while yet, but later today this is coming out and going to the chicken yard. The other lettuces. The garlic, it's about ready to be pulled. Probably this week, later this week or next week for sure, it'll take a trip. It's looking good. I pulled one just out of curiosity to see how nice they were, and it was pretty nice garlic. This bed here is doing pretty well. I never noticed any cucumber beetles in this bed at all, but this is where the old chickens was. And then there's miscellaneous sunflowers. They just shot up on their own, so I'm not going to worry about them. The squashes that I planted is all doing really good. Pumpkin squashes. There's a bunch of tomatoes in there too that I didn't plant them. They're volunteers, so I'm going to let them go. We'll give you an in-depth video on that here in a few days. We'll go through there and show you everything we got growing in there. It's growing really nice. We put this fence around here because we had a groundhog in there eating some of our leaves a few weeks ago. I don't know if you remember seeing that video. That was in a video when we found it. And just groundhog ate this one here too. But it started to come back, which is kind of weird. I thought it was done for, but it's not.
I didn't mow it, and it came back.
And the deer was eating. If you remember right, the deer ate the tops out of these. And they hadn't for a while, so they're starting to come back. We're going to have a pile of sunchokes this fall. Unreal how many we're going to end up with.
And we thought we had gotten them all out in the fall and then planted this spring. And
the last week, one day, I can't remember when it was, I cut down all of the asparagus and took the ferns to the chickens to see if we could get any more production out of them. And we did harvest like 3 or 4 spears yesterday. I don't know if it's worth doing that or not. The spears that's coming back are small, so it's not. I should have left them grow, but now we know. Don't know unless you try. Got a trap there for the groundhog, but he's smarter than what we are.
No doubt.
That's all right though. Go in here to the cattle panel greenhouse. Of course, now it's just a cattle panel with the door on it. Look at all the earwigs.
Wow.
Huh. Cool. These tomatoes here are insane. That's just amazing to me how fast they grow. We should have some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to guess if we don't have any late this week, we'll have some next week, I'm sure. They're coming on really nice. They're growing good. These ones back here's got some pretty nice sized tomatoes on. They're not ready to harvest yet, but it won't be long. It won't be long and they will be. So it won't be long, we'll have cherry tomatoes.
And the onions are doing
The onions are doing good.
Great.
Actually, yesterday I pulled 2 onions and we ate them yesterday morning. Ginger's actually starting to come up pretty good. And the volunteer tomatoes, I'm going to let them go too, see what they do. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're going to put some cucumbers in back against the back so they can trellis up around here. And we're going to put kale down the middle. The kale's not quite ready to plant yet, but the cucumbers definitely are ready to go in. So we'll probably put those in. Probably, I don't know, maybe this evening or tomorrow.
So we'll have a big variety of stuff up in this bed.
Yeah, this garden here hopefully is fairly productive this year. And that garden right there will be as well. The garden where the chickens were all winter. That seems to be like it's going to be a really productive garden. Definitely better than the one down below. That there, the soil's bad. I didn't have enough compost this year. I should have bought and I didn't, but I'm going to buy some this fall because I know I won't have enough to put in as much as I want to. So this fall, I'm definitely going to buy some compost for it. And I think that pretty much does an update here, I believe. If anybody has any questions or comments, wants to know anything that we got growing on, let us know. If they want to see something different, let us know. We'll take care of it. We'll do it however we can. But right now, me and my beautiful wife's going to go out and celebrate our 22nd anniversary. We're going to go for a hike up at High Powell. Pretty nice place up there. Got some nice waterfalls and whatnot.
Happy 4th of July.
Gonna go for a hike and happy 4th of July. Everybody celebrate and be safe.
Yep.
Don't blow yourself up or don't drink and drive.
Yep.
So till we meet again, take care and God bless.
See ya.